Hello world, or should I say, hey you guys. So it's now the 4th day since my surgery took place, and as you can see, the swelling on my face has really started to come out now, especially around my eyes, and I think my nose is twice the width it used to be. I'm getting some like red markings around my eyes as well. Is that bruising? It's kind of yellow. So I really have noticed the swelling progressing over the last couple of days, especially yesterday, and then towards the end of last night when I took the headband off, I'd really noticed it by that point. So I've heard of an hourglass body, but I've never heard of an hourglass head. And it was definitely an hourglass head that I had last night, as you can see from the videos. I can really tell that my face is swollen because I can see my nose and I can see my eyelids in my vision as well. But although it does look quite severe, it's really not painful at all. It's just noticeable. It's not painful. And additionally to that as well, I'm also noticing some bruising coming up on my head and also on the donor site that I saw on yesterday's video as well. So there's some yellowing towards the edges of the top here where there's definitely some bruising starting to kick in. Again, there's not really any pain as such, so it's not something that's really discomforting to me. I guess it's just an inconvenience because I'll be very conscious to go outside at the moment. Luckily, I'm not doing anything of the sorts and I'm staying well within the confines of my house. But with that said, I am due to return to work in 2 days, so it's Friday now and I'm due to go back into work on Monday. So I am starting to get a little bit concerned as to whether this swelling is going to go down by then, or whether I should really be looking to get an extra couple of days off work, just really to kind of wait out this swelling period at the moment. They did say that I can stop wearing the headband after 5 days, and I think I'm going to do that. I don't really think it's effective anymore, being as though the swelling has now come down into my face and my eyes, and my cheeks as well. I can feel it. And I have to take it off when I go to sleep, and I feel that this is when the swelling does kind of progress down my face. When the swelling has been most noticeable, it's been in the mornings when I wake up, and I've noticed, a slight increase every day since, I would probably say since the 3rd day, I've noticed the swelling increasing. So headband's probably not working anymore. It might have just been to keep the swelling up there initially after the surgery until I got back home, but it's definitely not working now. So I think the swelling's inevitable, it's going to happen, so I might as well just let it run its course and let it drift down my face. It's also just starting to feel very uncomfortable anyway. It feels like it's too tight, and I'm not sure whether that's just because the swelling has got more severe and so there's obviously more pressure around my head, but it's really just uncomfortable to wear, and I find that it's such a relief to take it off at the end of the day that I'm actually quite glad to be rid of it soon. And I've also finished with my 4 days of anti-inflammatory drugs as well now, so that could be another potential reason as to why I'm seeing such an increase in the swelling at the moment. I'm not sure whether I should continue looking to take any anti-inflammatories. I'm probably not going to, being as though they haven't really advised that. And additionally, because I don't really think it's necessary if the swelling is to be expected, I'm probably just going to leave it to do its thing, in all honesty. And I mean, my body's gone through a major surgery, so swelling is to be expected. They did say after 3 to 4 days that I should look to expect swelling, so it wasn't something that's just come out of the blue. And the swelling isn't supposed to be from any kind of level of tissue damage. It's really from the anaesthetic that was pumped into my head when they were doing the operation. So the anaesthetic fluid works its way down from the scalp through into your tissues, and that's what's causing the swelling at the moment. So it's not the same as when you get a black eye, and that's why there's no severe bruising, but there is still, like I said, there's still some slight bruising in the corners of my eyes at the moment. That could potentially be because of the extra anesthetic that I received. If you remember, during the second half of my surgery, I started to experience pain, and so they gave me more anesthetic. Obviously more fluid, it means more swelling, so that could potentially be another reason why I'm seeing such a large amount of swelling on my face. I'm not sure if it's going to get any worse or not. I don't know if it can get any worse. It's okay. But it shouldn't last past 7 days, I've been told, so fingers crossed, I'll be back to normal slender nose James in no time. And from looking at other people's experiences on YouTube and things like that, I do think I've come off fairly lightly. I have seen some really bad examples of swelling, and I've heard that this can be down to the level of experience with the clinic that you go through the hair transplant with. So I think I've come off quite lightly. And it's okay, because I like Sloth from the Goonies anyway. Chocolate! I was wondering whether maybe I could use an ice pack just to try and see if I could reduce the swelling. But again, because it's not swelling from tissue damage, I'm not sure whether the ice would effectively constrict the swelling. Let me know if you have any ideas about that, or if you tried it yourself and it works. I'd really like to know. But in terms of my surgery site and my donor site, I think they're healing quite nicely. Oh, I still need to shower today, but it's a marked improvement on some of the earlier videos that I shared with you guys. So I'm really happy with the results as it stands at the moment, and it does look like it's healing healthily. Most of the really bloody scabs on the front have now begun to break up, and you can only see the small scabs there. But what I've also noticed as well as time's gone by and the scabs have broken away is that you can really begin to see the level of work that they've put into the front of my head as well, and just the intricacy that's involved in these kind of procedures. It's amazing. So thank you to those surgeons that spent all that time doing this. Yeah, definitely bruising on the temples there, as you can see. So hopefully that goes away in a couple of days as well. And so hopefully you should be able to see my donor site now, and also see that that's healing up quite nicely as well. You can also see that there's some minor bruising there too. And so yeah, the sites look like they're okay and they're healing quite nicely. So I hope you think the same. It is something that's really concerning me at the moment, to make sure that I'm healing right. So I'm really hoping that everything just looks a-okay. The washing process is also going okay at the moment. I realized that I read the instructions wrong on the last video. So I was actually meant to do the first wash for 40 minutes, and then every wash after that is 20 minutes. I did the first wash for 30 minutes at least, because I did it for 20 and then 10. But since then, I've now been doing it for 20 minutes each time. I think it just goes to show that sometimes things can be lost in translation, or maybe it's just that you need to read the instructions a little bit more carefully rather than on camera. I've also got used to using the spray bottle, and definitely a more concentrated beam of water is more ideal for getting into the front site, rather than using the mist spray. In all honesty, I really can't wait for just a proper shower. There's nothing better than just being able to wash your whole body at once, rather than having to do all of these stages over the sink and with the spray bottle. It's just time consuming, and I like to be efficient, and it really kind of drags out my my morning hygiene routine. But it's all for the greater good, right? So I'll stick with it. While I've got this time off work as well, I'm also working hard to continue on improving the content that I upload onto YouTube. I'm having a lot of fun thinking about all the different ideas that I could look to introduce to this channel, and how I can continue to add value to this community on YouTube as well. So I'm feeling really positive about this project right now, and I've also got a lot of positivity for the future of this. And I would like to say a massive thank you to everybody that's reached out to me so far since the channel's been created. I've had people ask questions and share their stories with me, and I'm actually in conversation with a couple of you right now about your journeys. Just to fill you in, this isn't something that I've openly talked about with my friends. My family are aware of it, and some of the people that I work with are aware of it, but it's not something that I've openly spoke about or even attempted to have a conversation with my close friends about. So it's actually been really nice for me to be able to find a place where I can share my experience. I can put out my thoughts and my feelings on the whole subject, and that this isn't falling on deaf ears, and this is ultimately helping you guys to decide whether this is a journey that you want to undertake. And I'm also creating connections with people all over the world, with people who are also going through the same kind of hair loss experiences and issues, and that are looking to try and find a better way to deal with it. So this is really giving me a sense of purpose, and I can only say that I'm enjoying every single moment of it right now. So I do just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everybody that has connected with me. I'll definitely continue connecting with you. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll speak with you soon.